What's up guys, this is 22nd Century Gaming here with another video. So I'm doing this video on BDO, Black Desert Online. Thing is, I want to do a guide, a basic guide on sort of how to, about nodes and workers, how to hire them, how to assign them to a node, in different nodes, what you need to do to connect nodes, and basically just that process and the different workers you want to look for when you're hiring them, and you know what it takes to do that. And I'll go over energy and contribution points briefly, just because they are involved and they're a big part of it. So, and we'll touch on lodging for the workers as well. So with that being said, this is 22nd CG guys, also known as 22nd Century Gaming. Sorry, I'm a little raspy. My throat is kind of I'm tired from talking, but if you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, go ahead and do so. Turn bell notifications on. It helps me, keeps me motivated, keeps me putting out more content, and well, it lets you know at the time that I do. With that being said, this is 22nd CG. Let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is if you're gonna hire a worker, and keep in mind you have to have lodging. You can have one worker per town without lodging, and after that you have to have lodging for the rest of them. So I'll show you I'll give you an example when I get a lodge later on in the video. It won't be too long, probably like 3 or 4 minutes, but thing is, right now I pulled up my character info. That arm with the muscle, that's your energy. I got 36 out of 36. And the bunny or the antlers underneath where it says 6 out of 25, that's your contribution points. You can earn these by basically doing quests. That's pretty much where you get it. And thing is, the energy, it's different for every character. Every character has their own pool of energy they can pull from. So the thing is, if you want to create multiple characters, that's probably the smartest way to do it. I think a lot of people do that. That way you can use more energy and do more things. And energy doesn't just pertain to nodes, I can tell you that. But thing is, it's a big part of it. So yeah, create more characters if you want, if you can. But the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to search for an NPC. Hit the options button if you're on PS4, and hit find NPC, and then search for a worker. It'll say worker to have like a little what's it called? Oh boy, I'm tired. I'm drawing a blank. It'll have a pickaxe and it'll say worker next to it, and you just click that, and then it'll navigate you to the closest worker supervisor. So with that being said, once you get there, you can hire workers. But first, I'm going to show you guys that lodging thing here in a second. This is actually a farm. I think it's called Bartelli Farm. It's the closest one to Velia, I think. And thing is, I farm potatoes there for beer to feed my workers. That's another thing. If you want to feed your workers, use beer. It's all they want, all they need. It's how you do it. Thing is, the next thing is, I think I go over to Tuscany Farm and look at the lodge, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, to get a lodge, all you want to do is just open the map and find one on the map. There's tons in Velia, and there's some on farms too, like Tuscany Farm. Thing is, go ahead and just get the lodge. Then once you get it, you can upgrade it to hold 2 workers. That's the best way to do it, but you do have to invest contribution points. So contribution points are earned through quests, like said, and thing is, you use them for hiring workers or for assigning, pretty much that. Use energy to hire workers, but in order to use the lodge, and you have to invest contribution points as well as the actual nodes themselves to activate them and things like, and invest in them basically. So right here, I'm going to the lodge and I'm clicking lodge, and as you can see, I bought it. Didn't cost that much, like 500 silver or something like that. It's really cheap, maybe 1,000. Thing is, once you do that, then it takes a minute to build it or to construct it, whatever you want to call it. So thing is, then you can upgrade it to a 2-star lodge to hold 2 workers. Thing is, you should always do that. It doesn't cost contribution points after that to do it the second time to upgrade. And thing is, it'll let you hold 2 workers. It's very cheap too, and very minimal silver you have to spend. So with that being said, I think right now what I do is I go hire some workers. So you'll get to see there's three different types of workers that you want to hire. There's green workers. They're naive and they're just normal workers. You never want to hire those. Always only hire skill, which are blue. You'll understand in a second. Skill, which are blue. Professional, which are yellow, and artisan, which are orange. I think I get lucky in here and I actually see an artisan worker and buy them, so that was really cool. But they don't come around that often, and you have to spend 5 energy to rotate through the list of hireable workers when you go to the work supervisor. So that's where the other characters come in handy, guys. But yeah, so as you can see, I just I upgraded the lodge and I can hold 2 more workers, so I'm gonna go ahead and hire 2. Yeah, so the thing is, you only want to hire, you can hire skilled workers, blue, but you never want to go below that. Never hire the green workers. It's not worth it. I'm not sure exactly why, but I've heard that from multiple people, a lot of people actually. And the thing is, I could see it. You have to wait a long time to give them a promotion and all that. So you can promote your workers. You have to wait till they're level 10, then you can promote them. And the best way to do it is wait till level 20, I think, and then try it 2 times for the RNG, you know, the random number thing, part of it that's built into promotions and all that. It's best to do it back to back if you can. Thing is, so right here, as you can see, I have a 2-star lodging, and I think right now I'm about to hire the workers. So let me jump off the video, and when it gets to that point, I'll come back on. Thanks. Well, I took a look ahead, and actually I come back on right now with the whole hiring thing, so sorry about that, guys, but better than having to wait, right? So thing is, yeah, basically the workers, there's a worker exchange. Sometimes people list their workers on there, and you can take a look and see if there's something that you want. With that being said, there's a lot of things I'm not touching on, guys, either because I don't know or because I'm trying to keep this guy basic. So I'll just go ahead and go to the hiring part. You want to go to contract workers once you talk to the work supervisor, and basically see how it says naive right there and it's green on top. Yeah, you don't want to hire that. See, here's an artisan worker. That's the one I was telling you about, and it's orange. You want to go ahead and you want to hire that for sure. Hire him for sure if you were, if the thing was you were doing this and you came across that type worker. But thing is, once you've done that, thing is you can hire as many workers as you want, but it just costs energy. I got lucky again and found a skilled human worker. That's pretty good. Humans are the best workers, in all honesty, but goblins are quicker. And giants are better for like farms, you know. So truth be told, that I'm not I did know at one point why giants are better for farms, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it has to do with the movement speed, or maybe the gathering rate. If that's a thing, or that either that, or it was the luck in finding rare items or something like that. One of those, but probably the speed. So with that being said, yeah, so I hired my workers, and I took a look at them, and I actually fired the 2 that I didn't want. And then I have a list. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to a node, and I'm going to assign a worker to a node. So if you go to your map and just find a node that you found, whether it's Bartelli Farm, I think the one I'm going to, or the one I'm going to assign is Bartelli Farm, because I fired the one that was there doing the potatoes or whatnot. But yeah. So go to your node that you want to invest, that you want to put a worker on or assign a worker to. Then once you get there, just hover over it, hit X, and then hit enter by using the right analog stick if you're on PS4. And it's the top option. Then thing is, you just hover over the type of production or labor that you want your worker to partake in, and you hit X, and then you just hit assign worker. But it's actually, I'm sorry, once you're over the node, you go to node management. That's right, the pickaxe on the left, next to enter. And then you just click your worker, and see, I'm doing potato farming, so the thing is, I use my giant because he's better at farms. Actually, I use my, what do I use? I think I use, yeah, I use the human. Yep. Probably didn't want to use my artisan or my skilled. Yeah, my skilled goblin. But thing is, yeah, so that's how you do it. You just go to the node, go to node management, and then hover over the part that you want to assign the worker to, like be it potatoes or chicken meat or honey, depending on what farm you're on. Then that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, that would probably sum up this video. There's a lot of things you can get really into detail. This was the basics, and this is the important stuff. This is sort of like the top layer. But and you know, BDO, there is more things you can do usually. So thing is, with that being said, I kept this guy basic. I didn't want it to stretch too long. With that being said, plus I'm tired. This is 22nd CG, also known as 22nd Century Gaming. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, guys, go ahead and do so. Turn bell notifications on. It helps me to put out new content, keeps me motivated, and well, let you know when I do. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. This is 22nd CG, and I'm signing off.